Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I'm assuming that by now you all watched that video showing the unknown drone flying over the Kremlin, across the walls, over the walls of Kremlin and exploding over a dome. The video is very clear. I have it here and I'm going to show it to you. And it's unbelievable that some people still have questions on what exactly happened. And this title of this article that I'm going to feature in this video calls it a mysterious explosion. Well, you see, certain things that are clear, they gaslight you and say, hey, I don't think you're seeing what you're seeing. Let me explain to you. I'm an expert. I'm an analyst. I'm going to tell you what exactly you should understand out of that, because you are, hey, dumb. And what is very, very unclear, they make it clear for you. Like certain things that happened, I don't know, some in January, I think 6th or something like that. They make it very clear what the narrative is. They tell you exactly what it is. If you want to look at more about that, no, that's unimportant. They will explain it to you. And not only. If this would have happened, let's say, over the White House, there would be no doubt what that was. All right? A drone flying, exploding. Okay? No doubt about it. But because it's on Putin's turf, I don't know what the hell that was. I think the circus is in town. Some clowns playing with some fireworks. I don't know. So anyway, let's start with the video. And then we're going to go into the article that I'm going to feature. So here is a video. So that's the Kremlin wall, the red one over there, right here. Okay, these are the stances right here where the parade for May 9th is supposed to occur. This is mausoleum of Lenin right here covered. You don't see it. And here is the moon. Now here from this left corner of this picture frame, you're going to see a drone flying this way towards the flag, and when it goes past the flag, it's going to explode. All right, I think that has a sound. Let's see if it has a sound. And ready, 3, 2, 1. Mofo, what is this?
Russia on Wednesday accused Ukraine of a failed attempt to assassinate President Vladimir Putin in a drone attack on the Kremlin, and they accused Ukraine of a failed attempt to assassinate.
Boom. I'm going to put this multiple times. See how it comes? Boom. Now that's a mysterious. What is mysterious? Right? Again, boom. Now we got that covered. I just have to see. I saw even a retired US general, military general, on CNN, I think he was explaining what we see there. They really think we are tards, and some of us, a lot of us, are. So let's go back here and see the article I'm going to feature. The New Voice of Ukraine in this case, from May 3rd, 2023. This is the title, Video Footage of Mysterious Kremlin Explosion. Guys, do you think it was mysterious? I think for me it was very clear what that was. A flying object going over that and exploding past the dome. Anyway, Russian propaganda media and the Kremlin administration itself claim that the residence of Russian dictator Vladimir Putin was allegedly attacked by Ukrainian drones, going as far as to suggest Kiev was attempting to assassinate the Russian leader. The first one, you can only infer that it would be. I mean, where do you think that drone was going? Where do you think it was going? I mean, that's just what? Paying a visit to what? Regarding Kiev, I don't know if it's not Kiev or it's Kiev. It would be preferable to be Kiev than be someone else for retaliation reasons. I'm just saying. If you know what I mean? Let's say it's the Americans. How great that would be. Or let's say maybe it's another group that I know resides in London. How do you think that would be? At least right now, no. The poor Ukrainians are in the position where they are, and it happens what happens, unfortunately. However, Ukraine has denied any responsibility for the supposed attack. Of course, why not? Now, we don't know if that was a Russian attack. Maybe that drone was Russian. I don't know. We're going to find out. I'm guaranteeing you that the Russians will not say it was theirs, and nobody else can say it was Russians. How are they going to prove? Are they going to investigate like Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2? They will investigate this drone attack how they allowed the Russians to investigate the Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2 pipelines attack. I guarantee you that. President Zelensky's press service said it was unaware of any overnight attacks on the Kremlin, but let me give you the information. Somehow, Zelensky coincidentally flew to Finland unannounced while this thing was occurring. Okay, so guess why do you think that happened? I'm just guessing. I'm just using my gut feeling. He was afraid that he's gonna be blown up by these guys, so he went over there for a little vacation in another country, so he cannot be until the Americans are clearing the water a little bit with the Russians. But I think Zelensky is done, if you know what I mean. Zelensky's press secretary Serhiy Nikiforov, called the Kremlin statement, and I'm calling escalating the situation. You shoot at me, and my response is I'm gonna you up, and you tell me that I'm escalating. No, this is right here is just narcissism. He added that, and I'm quoting, Ukraine is directing all available forces and means to liberate its own territories, not to attack on other people's. So you're telling me that all the attacks on the Russian Federation, per se, you had nothing to do with that, nothing, not to attack other people. Ukrainian President's advisor Podolyak suggested that the explosions over central Moscow were not the work of local resistance forces. How do you know that? How do you know that? Is the same way. The American intelligence told us that the supposed death crew of 6 people, 5 men and 1 woman on that yacht they rented from Poland supposedly blew up Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2 pipelines. And they say, well, they are not Ukrainian nationals and not American nationals. How do you know? You gotta know their nationality in order to discard those two. Otherwise, how do you know? There's no way to know. That means you know. You know what I mean? They don't know, but it's not there, it's not there. The same here. If you know it was those guys, how do you know? Are you in contact with them? Or you just point the fingers wherever, not to you only? Even if it was what the Ukrainians say, even if it was a crazy guy, a guy in a basement with a joystick, even if, not that kind of joystick, even if it was the Russians will blame whomever they want. Got that? That's the bottom line. And nobody can do anything about it. Nobody. You know why? Because someone else did it before them. Remember that country? Who did it before? I'm giving you a clue. September 11, clue, clue, clue. September 11, clue, clue, clue. Remember? Remember what United States did then? Said, I don't give a fuck who did it. I'm going to attack whomever Oh, Saddam. It was you. It was not me. I swear God. It was you. Boom. And then, oh, maybe it was not you, but you know what? I think you trained them. No. Oh, you know what? I think you got weapons of mass destruction. No. Oh, you know what? I didn't find anything. I think we brought democracy and freedom. You need a lot of democracy and freedom. We're going to give you now some democracy. And the Russians are going to do the same thing here. Well, we don't actually know who did it, but we're going to pick and choose whomever we want. And you can suck our dicks. All right? I think that's what's going to be. I think that's what it is. Or maybe they know, but I don't give a shit because they don't give a shit. I guarantee you that. Local resistance forces, and noted that Ukraine was watching the situation develop with interest. Well, you should, because there were already calls for wiping up Kiev, killing Zelensky, and other crazy stuff. So yes, I think you should watch it more than interest. Ukraine, unfortunately, that's what happens when Ukraine has in charge this kind of people who are working with other kind of people from far, far, far away. Ukraine's Air Force spokesman Yuri Ignat suggested that Moscow was behind the attack. Very possible, but as I said, they will not give a damn. Staging the false flag operation to accuse Ukraine of escalating the conflict. It is possible. Is it probable? I don't know. All right. New Voice of Ukraine has compiled several videos of the incident, and I just used one. So you make your own, the mysterious attack. There was a mysterious attack. As I said, regardless who did it, Russia will, as it already said in a communique, Kremlin said, we reserve the right to retaliate however we think, whomever, wherever, and something else, whenever we feel fit. However we feel fit, whomever, that means we're gonna do anyone who we want, we're gonna do. You know what I mean? Whenever and however we want. So it's a matter of time. Now I think the Russians put things together and say, okay, what do we do? What should be the best thing or best things? Unfortunately. And Zelensky is not gonna fly soon. I mean, he's gonna fly if he's gonna be helped to fly, but he's not gonna fly anywhere. I'm almost convinced that he's gonna stay in very deep bunkers and in unknown locations whatsoever, because I think he lost trust. Not only trust, it was a poor choice of words. Not trust, but if you remember, Putin told Bennett, the former Israeli prime minister, in March 2022, when Bennett visited Moscow, he told Putin, hey, promise me, tell me you're not gonna kill Zelensky. And Putin said, I don't have to kill the weasel. 2 times. And when Bennett got out of the meeting with Putin, before he boarded the plane in Moscow, at the airport, he called Zelensky, who was in a basement. That's per Bennett. The interview, I made a video on that. It's available, 5 hours interview Bennett had about, 3 months ago, 4 months ago. He said, from the airport, Moscow airport, I called Zelensky. He got his phone number, somehow he got through. And said, hey, Zelensky, Putin said he's not going to kill you. And Zelensky said, are you sure? He said, 100%. He promised 2 times. Okay, and then that weasel, in 2 hours, according to Bennett, went in front of the cameras and he said, we are not afraid. And then he started showing up. Now what kind of person would do that? A weasel. All right? So anyway, at least a little bit of decency or self-respect. Anyway, so this is the way it is. I think all that is waived right now. Like, wave, bye-bye, done. Garbage. Flush the toilet, done. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just now that we solved the mysterious attack.